are halfway through the night. This is fight number 7. John J.P. Powell versus Lewis Wilson. One of the largest age gaps we've seen so far tonight. In the gold corner, Powell at age 42. Black corner, Wilson at only 20. 22 years between them. Powell, self-employed. Wilson, a juice bar supervisor. Before embarking on the 10-week training course that the Challenge Boxing has to offer to these amateur fighters, turning them into fully fledged fighters 10 weeks later who can show their stuff in the ring. And Powell, it has to be said, an excellent choice of socks.
He's 20, he's a juice bar supervisor. Please welcome to the ring, Lewis Wilson!
The announcer just calling Wilson to the ring. And here he comes, 22 years younger. You can see it in his face. It's experience versus youth. Powell, a very solid looking fighter. Wilson looks athletic, looks nimble. Let's see. Powell coming straight in with some slugging shots. He wastes no time making light work of his opponent. Really aiming for that head guard, coming with a lot of right hand hooks. Working the body shots, going back to the head. Powell got to be careful here. He might be fighting hard, but Wilson's got his guard up. And if these punches aren't taking any effect, he's got to be careful, he's not going to blow himself out. Wilson now really coming in with a few more body shots. Just trying that jab on the head of Powell. Powell staying strong, standing his ground, wearing his red socks and throwing the jabs. Powell having started off with some hooks. We've seen very little in the way of uppercuts so far. One of the Amy's being the only one really to have even made an effort to create some impact with an uppercut. Both these fighters opting for mixing up between the left and right jabs and hooks. Powell especially changing between body and head shots. Powell now really slowing down. Whether he's run out of steam, it's unclear. Perhaps he's just settled in. He wanted to start out strong, show his opponent what he was made of. Nice little dodge there from Powell, showing he can also, he's got the reactions if he needs them. Nice overhand right there that Wilson didn't seem to see coming. Just joined us in the gold corner, we've got John J.P. Powell. In the black corner, Lewis Wilson. Lewis Wilson, much the junior, at just 20 years old. Both fighters touching gloves there, showing respect for each other's boxing prowess. From the very outset, it looked like Powell had it, but Wilson did seem to come back with some well-timed jabs. Black team coach just talking to his fighter there. Nothing too revealing in the replays. None of those punches really making any particular heavy contact. That right just rattling Powell a little bit more, and that right clipping the jaw of Powell. Perhaps if that had just made slightly more solid contact, this fight could have turned out quite differently. But so far, neither fighter really being that rattled by any of the punches thrown, as far as we can see from where we're watching. Lovely combination there from Wilson. Whatever the black team coach has said to him has clearly taken effect, as Wilson starts to work his plan. Powell comes back, trying to thunder through. This will go one of two ways. Powell very much opting for the slugging tactic. He'll either overpower Wilson or him wear himself out, and Wilson will be able to use his youth and agility to get around Powell, find those gaps and finish him off. Could go either way at this point. Powell's got to be careful of the back of the head there. Your referee tonight, the very experienced Wayne Bridges, so far hasn't really had much to do. It's been a fairly clean fight. Some heavy punches thrown, but overall both fighters playing to the rules. No dirty tactics. They've been taught well in their 10-week training course how to fight with style, with power, and with agility. Both fighters just starting to drop their defense slightly. A big attempt, but a hook there from Wilson with the right hand. And Powell comes back through, trying to overpower Wilson, using his weight. Wilson adjusts his head guard. 8 seconds left of this second round. Still not an easy one to call. The referee just needs to break it up there. The fighters seem to be aware of the bell there. Wilson's hair starting to fall out of his guard. He looks slightly more roughed up than maybe he feels. Powell breathing heavily. Self-employed man in the gold corner has shown some real power here. See the slobber coming out of his mouth as he really puts the effort in. Both fighters connecting there. Right, sometimes you see in the replay, I thought Wilson would have seen that coming, that overhand right, and yet he did nothing.
Second bout, round 3.
Powell actually has surprising speed. He's certainly powerful. Can he maintain that speed into the third round? Wayne Bridges just watching on there. Checking that Wilson's okay, because that was quite a few heavy punches from Powell. Wilson seems to have recovered fairly well. In this third round, it's starting to look really in favour of Powell now, as he just powers through with some strong punches. Seems to be the fighter that's more in control, testing those jabs, working the body, working the head. Wilson making a gallant effort to throw punches, but really not seeming to take much effect now on Powell, who stands his ground and just lays into his opponent. There he goes with a big combination. 40 seconds left. Both fighters know what's at stake. Both fighters not only knowing what's at stake, but also trying to make the most of this moment they've got. They've been building up to this moment in 10 weeks training. I can't imagine how important this fight is to them. What a way to cap off the 10-week training plan that they've been on. Powell now really going at it for the last few seconds. Wilson just sneaks in a right there, but you've got to give it to Powell for this one. Both fighters very happy. Quick hug, they respect each other's prowess in the ring. And there concludes round 3. What a big left there from Powell. Wilson on the receiving end of that did well to stay up with that much head movement on the receiving end of one of Powell's strong, powerful jabs. Wilson there really getting through with the hook. The arms on Powell. He raises them, of course, he is the winner. Powell and Wilson standing in the ring as Powell gets announced the winner. Wilson very magnanimous in defeat.